One of the things that really surprised me, once again, I've said it a few times, it's not about making a million parts a day. It's getting that one extra part per day. This Brandon happens to run one of our 1,000 millimeter horizontal machining centers. And over time, it ended up very clear that Brandon and Bobby Pierce, that runs gear hobbing equipment, they were kind of our leaders in the improvement in utilization out on the shop floor. And I never would have picked these two guys to be as competitive as they were, but we found that Brandon was, right now he's got to go to his production manager's office a little ways away. He goes there now while his machine's running, and he wants to see where he's at, but he's also checking on what Bobby's performance is for the day because he wants to be the man. And, he's a racer at heart, so I should have known he was a little bit more competitive. But, now he wants a display out at his machine. That's the last thing I ever would have thought. The guys wanted that number right on their machine. But he's like, hey, if I had it right there, I'd really know where I was at. Can we make that happen? So, yes, of course, we'll make that happen. But it's great to see the guys competing. Bobby had an opportunity. He's like, hey, I'm running 3 machines right now. If you guys put another machine in the sill, some of these hobbers have got 3-hour cycle times on the big output gears. I could run another machine. So we put another machine in there, and Bobby is now getting more standard hours per day and more utilization than Brandon is. So Brandon's trying to figure out how he can up the ante a little bit, but it might be a little bit tougher to move around another 1,000 millimeter machining center. But that's something I never would have expected to come out of this. Just another one of the great benefits. It really has changed a lot of the guys, given them, a little bit of friendly competition, and more of them enjoy it than I thought would have enjoyed it. The production managers, I was totally unaware that they had started doing something based on this data where every Friday when they make their numbers, they go out to lunch. Steve takes them out for lunch. And then I found that the way they're doing it is the person that has the best numbers for the week, if the whole team makes their production, the person with the best improvement week over week gets to pick the spot. So I was very thrilled when I went out. Akshat asked me to get some photographs. I went around and I found Nikki studying the data. And I said, so what are you doing right now? And she's like, well, I'm trying to figure out where I'm down a little bit. Terry's up on me right now, and I don't want to go have hibachi again this week. So she was working very hard to go, do what she had to do with her team to get the numbers so she could pick her place for where it was that she was going to go for that week. But that's another one, Terry and Nikki probably would have never thought that they would have had fun trying to see who could get the most production, but it's happening. And I give Amper a lot of that credit.